The interior of the car creates an atmosphere of chic and comfort. What are the large and comfortable seats made of expensive, so-called mint leather? Sometimes there are versions with Velour trim, a Panasonic head unit with a CD changer that provides decent sound quality, and full electrification. Interior, adjustment of the front seats, exterior rear view mirrors, power windows, control of the ventilation and interior heating system. All this is equipped with electric drives. The first thing that catches your eye in the cabin is the original dashboard solution with an unusual protrusion in the center. See photo, which controls the air conditioning system with large convenient buttons and well-read symbols. There is also a liquid crystal display, which displays information from the onboard computer, as well as data on the adjustment of the climate control system. This specific dashboard design was first used on the Xedos 6, and then on the 9, becoming a signature feature of the cars. Landing on the seats is quite low, and not everyone will be able to comfortably get behind the wheel. The fact is that the steering wheel is regulated only in the direction of the longitudinal axis, and in order for it not to lie on your knees, you have to lower the driver's seat lower. In addition, tall people, both the driver and the front passenger, will rest their knees on the lower part of the dashboard. Causes remarks and visibility, which is limited by the front pillars. These are the consequences of increasing the rigidity of the cabin capsule and small exterior rear view mirrors. The range of Xedos 9 power units is rather meager. It consists of only 3 petrol V-shaped 6s, see table. Of particular interest to active drivers is the 2.3-liter engine, 211 horsepower, 24V, with a relatively small volume. It is endowed with great power and has a moderate appetite, about 8 liters per 100 kilometers in the combined cycle. The fact is that this engine works according to the Miller cycle. It has a 5-stroke mode. The 5th stroke is the compression stroke, but with the intake valve ajar when the piston moves up to a certain point. This ensures that part of the fuel-air mixture is squeezed back into collector, respectively, reducing the vacuum in the future. This allows to reduce pumping losses on the intake stroke and improve the filling of the cylinders with a fresh charge due to the absence of vacuum in the intake manifold. It is also equipped with a turbocharger. However, when buying such a version, you need to be careful. Very often on used cars, engines eat up oil, 1 liter per 1,000 kilometers. As employees of the branded service station explained, this often happens due to a turbine breakdown, which is not repaired, and a new one is expensive, about 4,500 euros. To avoid such a breakdown, it is possible to start driving the machine only after the engine has warmed up to operating temperature, since thick cold oil does not provide the necessary lubrication of the impeller shaft bearings. According to the Minders of the branded service station, the engine life before replacing the rings is an average of 300,000 kilometers. The reason for the premature capitalization of the units was their overheating. V6 is very sensitive to it. At the same time, oil scraper rings lie at the motor and, as a result, oil consumption increases greatly. Most often, overheating is caused by a clogged air conditioner radiator, after which the main radiator of the cooling system does not work efficiently. To avoid these problems, experts recommend regularly checking the cells of the air conditioner radiator and flushing them with a low-pressure jet if necessary. $40 job. The gas distribution mechanism does not need to be serviced too often. The branded timing belt and tensioner roller need to be changed no more than after 100,000 kilometers. The distributed fuel injection system is quite reliable. Although over time or when using low-quality fuel, the filter element in the fuel pump becomes clogged. This problem is easy to identify when about 15 liters of gasoline remain in the tank. If the car twitches when picking up speed, this means that the grid is clogged. Service workers pay special attention to the fact that it is strictly forbidden to wash the engines of the 9 with water. In this case, as a rule, various sensors and control electronics of the power unit fail. You can wash the engine only with special auto-cosmetic products. All Xedos 9 are front-wheel drive and were equipped with a 4-speed automatic transmission and a 5-speed manual. These units are distinguished by enviable reliability. The employees of the branded service station could not remember the repair of any gearbox of the 9. For durable and trouble-free operation of the gearbox, you need to change the oil in it regularly. In the mechanics, this procedure is performed every 70,000 kilometers, and in the machine, 100,000 kilometers. The filter in an automatic transmission lasts even longer, 200,000 kilometers. The hydraulic clutch drive is also reliable. As a rule, there are no problems with it during operation. Cars are endowed with high stability at high speeds and smooth running due to the use of independent multi-link suspension of the front and rear wheels. At the same time, it is quite expensive to maintain, since many ball joints are changed only as an assembly with levers, separately, only the front lower ball joint, $67. For example, the upper front arm costs $152, replacement, $22, rear transverse, $192, replacement, $13, rear trailing arm, $157, replacement, $9. On average, ball bearings serve from 80 to 120,000 kilometers, but the silent blocks of levers, which change separately, can go up to 200,000 kilometers. Most often, approximately every 60,000 kilometers, you will have to change the struts of the anti-roll bar, spare parts, $52, labor, $5. Non-original ball joints are offered separately from the levers. However, experts do not recommend using them, as this can lead to breakage of the lever and a serious accident. After all, they don't drive slowly on Xedos 9, especially on country roads. The rack and pinion steering, as it should be for business class cars, is equipped with a hydraulic booster. On cars manufactured before 1998, the universal joint of the steering shaft broke over time. This problem is manifested by a knock when driving over bumps. After 1998, the manufacturer improved the cardan design, and this drawback was eliminated. By the way, quite often there are fully controlled versions of Xedos 9 with electronic mechanical control of the rear wheels. When driving at speeds up to 47 km/h, the front and rear wheels turn in different directions, and above this speed, in the same direction. Such versions of the 9s are distinguished by enviable handling, although they are more expensive to maintain. Over time, the rear wheels need camber/toe adjustment. This procedure is recommended to be carried out only at a company service. The service costs $40, as it happened that due to an unqualified service, the principle of operation of a fully controlled helmsman system was fundamentally violated, the restoration of which required a lot of time and was very expensive. The brakes of all 9s are effective due to the use of disc brakes on all wheels, ABS and EBD systems. It is recommended that with each replacement of the pads, lubricate the caliper guides and the bearing of the handbrake drive mechanism. The purchase of Mazda Xedos 9 can be recommended to those motorists who are not going to overpay for the brand image of other manufacturers and appreciate the high reliability and quality of Japanese technology. For this, the 9 is able to thank its owner with a high level of comfort and many kilometers of driving without breakdowns. If you are interested in the Xedos 9 described above, study the proposed list of these cars using the weekly Auto Bazaar catalog.